Buenas noches from the Costa del Carlisle. I look very tanned, like grubby. It's not cool. So we're going to do Instagram live Q&A if Mike can get himself alive. He needs to take his contact lenses out first, so you have entertainment from me non-stop. So it's swelteringly hot up here. We have just trained back at, what was that gym called? Bodytech Carlisle. And it's probably the friendliest gym I've been to, I think, where we were greeted so nicely, which was incredibly pleasant. So it was a very, very nice experience. Great back session. My man, Big James, anyone looking for a physio in South London, Surrey or nationally, he's the best dude you're ever going to find. Keeps me in one piece, so man is an absolute legend. So if you don't already, check out James Sub 10, works with a lot of pro athletes, rugby players, football players. If you've got an injury, he can fix you, because he's managed to keep me in one piece, which is a miracle. So tonight we're going to go through a Q&A. I haven't done one of these for a week or two. If you've got any questions, by all means, just jump in, ask anything you like, anything reasonable. Why would you want me to say that? I don't know. There's a lot of creepy comments coming in already, so this is not that sort of IG live. I know some other people on Instagram do that sort of crap. So the reason we were in Carlisle, so the Shred and 8 programme, which starts on the 26th of August for the next one. The previous one, which finished at the end of, what month is it? June. The main man one that was my man Scott. So we are up here. We're going to train with him tomorrow morning, give him all the prizes, £500 cash, a ton of stuff from Muscle Nation, and a ton of other goodies. So very, very lucky to be winning all those bits and pieces, which would be awesome. Afflection, wouldn't mind doing Shred and 8. Do you have any questions on that? Dean Ollie, how long do your plans take to put together? Generally, from me receiving a questionnaire back from you to you getting the programme, depending on my schedule, is 24 to 48 hours. I try to turn things around pretty quickly. So if you want to get started ASAP, I am writing plans tomorrow way back to London. So by all means, send anything over. And we've got the main man.
I won't be taking out my contact lenses because I left my glasses at home.
You're going to have the old man River glasses. So you can have two here at this romantic date. We haven't had a lot of questions come through, so I'm going to ask for some good ones. Mans and Gent and killing it. Thank you, Craig. So Craig, I trained out with in Marbella, who is now moving... motherfucker. Who is now moved to Abu Dhabi, so he's top guy. We train at good sessions out there. It's about 1 billion degrees. I'm going to try and put this back a bit. We're too anabolic, so we take up too much space.
Yes,
we're all in. Joining end of July, awesome, glad to hear. Hello, gentlemen. So we've got a team effort here, and it's very fucking hot in this flat. So first question, is training 5 days a week too much for trying to build lots of muscle? My answer to that would always be it depends. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty much dependent on you and where you're at within your training experience. And also what your recovery is like, because bear in mind, like training 5 or 6 days a week's fine as long as you're 1, resting and recovering, and 2, eating enough calories to sustain that level of training. Because if you're training 5 to 6 days a week, then either 2 things are going to happen. 1, your recovery is going to take a whack, or 2, you train like a pussy. So try knocking it back to like 4 days.
Train like an animal.
And train like a fucking beast. Because if you train 4 days a week and train
you ain't gonna want to train more
levels, you'll be wanting to have those rest days.
Yeah. Very excellent response. Question from Dean Ollie. Yes, so with the programs you get the CJ coaching app where you can basically, it's like MyFitnessPal to a degree. So you have the diets will list. Mike's creeping me out. List the macros for every meal, and the day as a total, and you also have the workouts on there with a video explaining how to do each of them. You guys coming to Norway? I always wanted to go to fair here. Oslo is very nice, and I keep taking the piss out of him calling Mike the Mountain Man because he talks about how he wants to live in the forest. So if anyone will have us out in Norway, Oslo, let us know or find a good reason to come out there. If someone in Shred and 8 can win in Norway or Oslo, that would be convenient. So yeah, let us know why we should come to Norway and what there is to do over there. Okay, see what other questions we've got. Hi, I'm from Ireland. How do you do a proper squat with 15 kilos of weight?
You Chris Spearman?
I hope he's watching this.
That's a joke.
Was it?
How do you do a proper squat with 15 kilo? Try not doing it with any weight first. If you can do a proper squat with no weight, and what's the definition of a proper squat? Like my squat's going to be different to Charlie's squat. His squat's going to be different to your squat.
I shouldn't squat.
Like biomechanically, everyone's so different. Like, what are you squatting for? This is the main thing. Are you squatting because you want to get strong to squat? Then cool, stick weight on your back and just go up and down. But if you're wanting to squat because you want to build your lower body, you want to build your glutes, build your hamstrings, build your quads, then you need to start thinking about it a little bit differently and trying to feel the muscle when you're doing the movement, rather than just moving the weight up and down.
And also, if your goal is building muscle or getting lean, maybe a squat isn't necessarily the best movement for you to be doing if it doesn't fit your body type. That's a question. Tell me about creatine supplements. What would you like to know? So this is an interesting debate. Creatine is probably the most scientifically researched supplement out there, which actually is proven to work. It's very cheap and safe. Recommended doses that I have tried and been told is 5 grams intra-workout or around the workout per day. There's no point in a loading period, in my opinion. However, the seminar I went to over the weekend with Milos Sarchev, who's a bit of a nutter, said that he would recommend using higher, around 20 grams per day, and he personally used up to 50 to 70 at some point. So I'm having a little experiment at the moment, increasing creatine to 20 grams and see what happens with that. But if you should use creatine or not, I would highly recommend it.
And just to go with the monohydrate.
Yeah, don't worry about anything else.
Just the powdered creatine monohydrate.
And if you sniff it, intra-workout, it's more effective. That was a joke. Please don't do that. I play football 3 times a week and train 4 times a week in the gym. Is that too much? I'm not seeing great results burning 3,000 calories a day. Again, his question here, it depends. What's your goal, my friend? If your goal is to get leaner, mate, you're going to get fucking shredded. It'll be awesome. And you just get to play football and lift a few weights. If you want to grow muscle, you're going to have to eat a lot of food, and I would probably hammer carbohydrate powder like a trooper when you're playing football and carbs to try and offset any issues. Gus Ellis, your 12-week program has awesome meal plans, workouts, daily advice and encouragement. Gus, you're a fucking man, thank you. There is a competition in Oslo. A competition of what, Chris? Cheeky Pedros. Chris, did you watch? Were you watching when we were talking about squatting? Please comment. What competition is there in Oslo? We're talking about doing an eating competition. So if towards the end of the year when I'm less bothered about being in shape, being lean. So if that's in Oslo, we're there. Steady cardio 20 minutes after workout, good or better morning empty stomach. So in my opinion, I personally like to train in the evening or later in the day and use the morning as almost like a fat burning zone or like time where my body's faster to do a small amount of cardio in terms of just walking with no fuel in my system, and it should just help with fat oxidation rather than burning off glycogen because I've got nothing in my bloodstream. You could do exactly the same thing post-workout as well, would be effective, depending on how many carbohydrates you're taking in. So it would depend in that respect.
Yeah, I think as well, just to touch on the fact that there isn't real, like, again, it comes down to the individual
and your time, your structure.
Respond to better. Like in regards to like low intensity cardio, if you do it in the morning, you'll do it in the evening. Like, who knows if it's going to benefit you more if you do it in the morning or do it in the evening. The one thing that I can only say is if you do a morning cardio first thing when you wake up, it sets you up for the day.
And you can't fuck it up and miss it late in the day.
It gives you more like mental clarity.
And you've already had one small victory to start the day, and you can go and conquer the rest of the day. I quite like getting up early and being ahead of everyone else. It feels like you're winning. So, what do I think about ZMA? That as a product in itself, I wouldn't bother using. What I would use instead is the Sleep Stack by Supplement Needs, which has pretty much all of that in, which is superior in my opinion. So check that out. That's a very creepy comment. What do you think about Laxogenin? Never heard of it. Dom Owens, your back workouts fucked me up today. In a good way, I hope, Dom. Building some muscle tissue, my friend. What's your opinion about muscle memory? I have been fitted before, would necessarily easy to go back. Yes, I 100% agree with muscle memory. Say, for example, if, heaven forbid, I broke my leg and I couldn't train legs for 6 months or a year, and then I was fully healed and then went back to trying to train again, I would bounce back quicker to where I was previously because my body's already been there before. Whereas I would say that if you're trying to push your body into unknown territory where it's never had that tissue in the first place, that's harder to go to than bouncing back to where you've been before. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think
age and genetics play into it a little bit.
I don't think there's really any massive. I don't know that I've read any massive studies on muscle memory like as a topic, but
anecdotally, if you look at like
yeah,
people like Kevin Levrone and like
yeah,
some of the top level bodybuilders who just
it seems to be the more that you load a muscle, then you rest. Or if you have an injury, when you come back to it, chances are that your muscle is going to be more responsive to that weight rather than if you hadn't been training in the first place. Trying to get me.
The big competition festival in Oslo. What is the competition festival though? What's a good shoulder workout and wide back workout? Check out my Instagram from today as a back workout. Any hints on back pull down? I sometimes feel my triceps more than my back. Back pull down. Do you mean a pullover?
Oh no, it means pull down, straight on. Straight on pull down.
Oh, straight on. I would focus on keeping your shoulders pinned back, arms straighter, and make sure you're not actually bending at the elbow. It's difficult to explain.
I'd probably say if you don't feel it,
or try a dumbbell pullover. Use a machine pullover.
Do a machine puller or do a dumbbell pullover, or even with a band, like a banded bench pullover on a bench, just to feel resistance. And until you build up the ability to be able to connect with your lats through doing a pullover, realistically you don't really have much place in putting like a straight arm pull down in there. And if you're fatiguing in your tricep as well, like no, just cut it out.
Who between you two has the better beard?
Who do you think?
It depends what you like. If you like it short and neat or long and furry.
Mine's quite short at the moment though.
Moving on. Big Paul. We haven't been together for a while. You've been watching. Who has missed who the most? That's a creep. I probably miss Mike the most, I reckon.
What's that?
We haven't been together for a while. Who missed who the most?
Oh, right.
I text Mike rather than the other way around. He plays hard to get. Nortine Heavyweight 2, what's your view? So this is all the shit like testo boosters and all that crap that I used to buy when I was like 19 thinking it would work from LA Muscle, and it's a load of shit, don't do it.
If you want to, here's the thing, right? If you want to learn more about things like that, there's a great podcast out at the moment with Ben Pekulski where he talks to a dude about TRT therapy, so testosterone replacement therapy, and in that he mentions about
natural test boosters,
over the counter testosterone boosters. So go have a listen to Ben Pekulski's podcast.
What do I think about BCAAs? I wouldn't take them without essential amino acids, in my opinion. Ever combine cardio and strength into one session? If so, in what order? Yes, if I was cutting heavily, and I would never do cardio before weight training. Would you do the weight training first and then the cardio afterwards? Aaron, question is, mate, I'm not sure if you remember me, but I asked you about a month ago. Age of 27, was too old to start training. You told me to get my rind right, and thank you so much. You've changed my life so far. That's awesome. Thank you, Aaron. And you know what's fucking awesome about that? Is you took action on the advice and took control of your own life. So, massive respect, my friend. That's pretty dope. Thanks for answering about cardio. I eat many carbs at 8 p.m, not good. What do you think? Again, it depends. Like, are you training at 7 p.m and then you're eating carbs at 8 p.m? So
what time do you go to bed? Like,
it depends. Intermittent fasting good for weight loss. Depends on your lifestyle. Would I recommend it optimally? Probably not, because I think it leads to, in my opinion, overeating and a bad relationship with food to a degree. What do you think?
I think, as with everything, it's individual.
It depends.
And I also think that you have to, I did a video about this yesterday, you have to have a realisation of what it is that you're trying to achieve, what's your end goal. So let's say, for instance, if your end goal, chances are if you're following someone like Charlie or myself, your end goal is to have an aesthetic looking physique, is to build as much muscle as possible.
Or a fine beard.
Yeah, and have minimal body fat. Well, if that's what you're trying to achieve, then intermittent fasting isn't really the best protocol to use to build optimal. As much muscle as possible. Yes, if your end goal is to live a long life, have longevity, feel healthy, have good gut health, and not worry so much about packing on muscle or having aesthetic looking physique and just being healthy, then there's a place for it. It will obviously help with burning fat because you're putting in yourself in a state of fasting. So your body's going to burn its natural fat stores. So have a think about what it is that you want to achieve. If your end goal is to build an aesthetic looking physique with as much muscle as possible, intermittent fasting might not be the best approach for you.
Thank you, Jonas. That's very nice, very helpful. You guys are 100, we'll take that. How to correct scapular weaning. So you have got weak shoulder stability. I am going to do some programming YouTube videos on this, but it's a bit difficult to try and explain on IG Live, if I'm honest. Would you agree?
Let's talk about
scapular weaning. Yeah, scapular weaning. It's a bit difficult to. You have to show it rather than explain it, I think. Whenever I start bodybuilding, after a while I am quitting, but I don't feel good. I want to have a good body. What is your advice? Man the fuck up, to be polite.
If you really wanted it that bad, you'd do it.
If you wanted it that bad, you wouldn't be asking that question, my friend. So you obviously don't really care. The podcast about testosterone was Ben Pekulski's one recently. What's this podcast called? Mindset something?
Muscle Intelligence.
Muscle Intelligence, that's it. Not close at all.
Mindset.
My question, how often should I go to the gym if I want to get lean muscle? I can't be bothered to answer that, it depends. Any suggestions for mass gain supplement? Eat proper food, train very hard, and that's pretty much it. Paul, can't wait for Nottingham seminar. I hope I can trim a bit more fat before then. Mate, that photo you sent me, Paul, is ridiculous, so I'm sure you will. Also, if there's any topics you'd like us to cover at the seminar, please let me know ASAP, because I'm going to try and wing something together tomorrow on the train way back in classic Charlie Johnson fashion of what we're going to talk about at the event. So there is a free client seminar in Nottingham, 11th of August. It's on the client Facebook group. If you haven't already, check it out. And if you're attending, please click onto there and put you're attending, and also send an email to info@charliejohnsonfitness.com to confirm. You tried my tricep workout and it was insane. Good to hear. How does your coaching work on a 12-week plan? Is it weekly check-ins, weights, etc.? Yes, so you get 24/7 support, check-ins every week, ideally on a Friday morning, please. And we basically make adjustments as we go to try and get in the best shape possible. If you want to get involved, you need to apply through the link on my Instagram bio, and then we can take it from there, my friend. Next question. Is stretching before or after workout, before or after the workout? What's your opinion, Mike? Mike loves stretching.
Stretching before or after a workout?
Yeah.
I don't think there's really that much to suggest that stretching really benefits you that much. Again, in regards to building muscle and losing body fat. I think mobility is something that you should be working on, but I think it should be programmed separately to your training. So a lot of people will go in and they'll do like maybe 20 or 30 minutes of stretching pre or post training, when in reality you should be using that. I personally think you should be doing that sort of stuff on your rest days. So put it in on your rest days.
With cardio.
Yeah, alongside your cardio.
That's my preference for ab and core work as well, is to split that up and put that onto rest days.
Yeah.
Is my opinion.
I don't think stretching in general, like P&F stretching maybe, or like active mobility is something that you should be looking into more than just like holding a static stretch, in my opinion.
I agree. Next question. You train in the morning, have 3,000 calories a day. Is it necessary to eat at 8 p.m? Yes, you need to eat all day regardless. You don't starve yourself in the evening. But if you're training in the morning, I'd have your carbohydrates in the morning, and then the meals in the evening I'd have protein and fats, or just protein. Unless you're training very early in the morning, you're training fasted, then I would have some meals at the end of the day which would replenish glycogen overnight. You already answered with cardio with weights. Thank you for answering that. I spray my wrist. Can't remember that. Wrist. How many days should I wait till training arms again? It depends. Depends if it's healed. Is 5 times training a week enough in the gym for a beginner or too much? Again, it depends. I'd probably suggest 5 times weight for an absolute beginner is probably too much. 3 to 4 would probably be much better. Question: how much protein for bodybuilding do you plant? Oh, it doesn't make sense. Could you plant protein for your total protein? Ideally not, because the problem is with plant protein, the amino acid profile is very poor. And the only protein you're going to get which hasn't got carbs and fats essentially alongside it is going to be from powdered like vegan protein, which obviously isn't ideal. The problem is with a lot of the vegan diets is that you can't. It's not a problem, but it's not optimal again, because pretty much all the food sources have carbs and fats. Like with the protein, you can't just isolate protein on its own. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think again it comes down to like, is it possible for someone who's following a vegan diet or a plant-based diet to build an incredible physique?
Yes.
100% yes. But if like,
is it the optimal way to do it?
It's not necessarily is it the optimal way. Like if this is your way of life, if you've decided to become a vegan or eat a plant-based diet, then like hats off to you, fair play to you. Like you are you, I am me. Like who am I to say that you're doing something wrong? But you need to be aware that a lot of people in general will struggle to adhere to a training program and a nutritional protocol to gain muscle and lose body fat with the with implementing high protein foods from animal sources. They find it tough to do that, and it's a hard thing to do. So you throw into the mix now that you're a vegan or follow a plant-based diet, you're going to have to put in a hell of a lot more effort. So is it optimal? Probably not. But if you want to do it, then just be aware that you're going to have to put in a hell of a lot more work, and you're going to be have to be a lot more focused.
And I would say you have less margin for error with everything. Would probably be something. I think you have to be more accurate with everything. My client Stephen, fucking legend. Yes, you can swap. Today's been a bad day. You can swap cyclic dextrin for dextrose powder at the same quantities. That's correct. Do I think a keto diet is best for fat loss and muscle gain? Hypothetically, for fat loss, it would be a quick way to lose weight. Is it good for muscle gain? No, not in my opinion, because glycogen fuels muscle cells and performance, and if you don't have any glycogen, how are you going to be at your strongest so you can train optimally, would be my opinion. And also, I don't think metabolically, I don't think your body works particularly well from that respect. What do you think?
Like, I could go off a fucking tangent.
Yeah, and I get fucking, to be honest with you, I fucking fed up answering this question. So
I'm pretty much a massive advocate of keto, but again, it comes down to what is your end fucking goal? Is my end goal to live a
why do you want to do it? Is the question.
Yeah,
Why? It's because it's fashionable.
Like keto in general, nobody does keto. Like if you're talking from an aspect
never
of
eating a
what
carbohydrate.
an actual ketogenic diet is so hard to follow. If you think tracking macros is hard, like keto is about 10 times harder than that. To be in a full ketosis diet, you need to be taking blood tests on a day-to-day basis. You either need to be using piss strips, you need to be testing your ketone levels through your breath, or you need to be testing it through your blood. So when people throw around the word saying that they're keto, when in reality all they're doing is just following a low carbohydrate diet,
and cutting a few calories.
It's exactly like someone saying that they're vegan because they don't eat animal meat, but they walk around with leather boots,
leather belts,
and they shop in fucking supermarkets that fucking slaughter animals. Like, you're not vegan, you follow a plant-based diet. So understand that if you want to follow a keto diet, cool, but just research it a little bit more. And what's your understanding of it?
This is a superb question. This is the question of the evening. Who would win between you two if you had to compete in bikini? I think we should do an Instagram poll on this. I'm going to do an Instagram poll after this.
I wore a bikini once.
So did I, my stag do.
I wore a bikini.
There's a photo of me fucking floating around in Las Vegas somewhere in a bikini.
Remember when they did that ice bucket challenge?
Oh yeah.
Back in like 2014.
Have you got it? Okay, we need to dig this photo up.
Video somewhere, probably. It's on the internet.
Do I do ab workouts in your training plan, or is it push-pull legs? Ab workouts will be added in, my friend. Late to the party. Hi Nick. Great stuff, Lally. Thanks. Look forward to being on the shred train. Will be a pleasure to have you on board, my friend. Any questions, just drop me a DM or email me. Got a taste of soda water. Is that okay with drinking a 12-week plan? Yes, soda water is fine. Good workout for big traps other than shrugs. It's a very unusual question. Yeah. Get very good at deadlifting. Andre, hi guys. What are your views on competing and making it to the Olympus stage naturally? Is it hard to compete with the big boys, but the goals in... You have absolutely no chance in a fucking million years of ever competing in my opinion, naturally
At the
at the men's
Olympia?
Olympia. Unless you are the ultimate genetic phenom, you are smoking fucking...
I think if you're asking a question like that, you need to have a better understanding of what it looks like to be unnatural or what it looks like to be natural.
Or go like we went to the Arnold Classic. And I remember seeing Logan Franklin at the airport, one of the men's physique guys. Dude is fucking jacked and he does men's physique. He's massive. They are big. Believe in the beard, fuck vegan, fair enough. Is 3 hours in a gym for 5 days a week bad or good?
3 hours or what?
I'm going to suggest that you're training like a pussy. Or like I don't understand how you could train for 3 hours. So I would suggest something is not right there. If you're getting the results you're looking for, then fair play to you. But if you're not, then I would seriously question what you're doing and why. And if that is the case, drop me a message. Do you suggest push-pull routine or a different body part each day? It depends on your body type, your goals and your experience. I'm aiming for NABA 2020. I've put on 15 pounds of lean muscle in 6 weeks. You haven't put on 15 pounds of lean muscle in 6 weeks. I got about 8 months in advice now.
Oh, hold on, whoa. Turn the phone around, look. There's a fucking pig just flied through the fucking past the window.
He fucking had me then. I thought he's been serious. I thought some excitement was going on.
Mate, if you put on 15 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks,
you can win them.
You are doing.
He can win the Olympia naturally.
Mate, I need some of that shit.
That won't all be muscle, my friend. That will be glycogen and water. Birdman, I'm 47. I want to drop fat and gain plenty of muscle. How to target this the best way? It's a very specific question, so the answers are going to depend on a lot of different factors. Drop me a direct message and we can chat further about that. Flyball85, I appreciate all the advice and motivation, great work, thank you. If there's anything specifically you'd want more information on, I think we can do in terms of creating content that will help you, drop me a message and let me know and we'll try and create something along that line, because it's sometimes difficult for us to know what you guys want to, what you want to see, what you want to hear about, and what would be helpful for you. So please do let us know. Good to change program every week or every month. I think there is an element of keeping the body guessing, changing programming, but I think if you're not particularly advanced, I think there's an element of practice makes perfect, and I think doing some of the same exercise for a little while will help you get better at your routines and improve execution and improve your progress. I don't know if you would agree with that.
What was the question again?
Good change program every week or every month for muscle growth.
Like, you can keep the same program for a year, dude.
I did the same for 18 months and probably made most of my gains.
I think where a lot of people get confused. Like, I'll tell you what, here's the plan. Pick one exercise, master the fuck out of it.
Pick one for each body part, master the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And you'll grow like hell.
That will take you anywhere from 2 to 6 to 2 months to 6 months to a year.
Liv was commenting, you wore a bikini once.
I did.
he brought it with him, he's going to wear it tonight. They dress you up as Marge Simpson on your stag do. You got done. How high do you pull up your socks to improve protein synthesis? The higher you pull up your socks, the more anabolic your calves look. That is a secret. So, and also the most anabolic socks you can get are the Jordan socks in white. Ben Mark buzzing for our photo shoot. Yeah. Paul will be. Myself and Mike will obviously be there filming that. So Paul's on Shred and 8 and he's getting shredded for a photo shoot with Ben Mark. So that'd be awesome. Tracy from Ohio says hi.
Yeah, hello. She
Hello.
sent me a really, really nice message, actually. Tracy.
Also, Tracy, stop winding us up with these photos of cereals that we can't buy in the UK, because it's not fair.
Or just send them over.
Or just send them to us. I'll give you my address. What's your advice on krill? Should I use my supplements? I thought you were going to say, how do you catch them? I personally like using Nordic oil, omega fish oil. Krill oil is the same sort of thing. I would use that. I'd probably use a gram or 2 AM and PM. It is something I recommend. Yeah, great. I'm fucking French. I understand 50-50, but understood. Okay, good. I'm actually quarter French as well, and German. Thank you all for your advice. Do a video on what you both eat on training and rest days. That would actually be a very good video. We should do that.
That shall go on the list.
There you go. We should do it when we go somewhere cool as well, although it might be a bit more difficult. Do your muscles need to be sore days after a workout for a successful workout, or do your muscles not need to be sore? So like, this is a lot of things in life, in my opinion. It depends how you spin it. So If your muscles are really sore, you could say that you have done an excellent job at breaking down muscle tissue and had a superb workout. Or you could just say you've had a shit job at recovering, you haven't slept very well, your diet's not correct, your supplements aren't correct, and your body's not repairing very well. So, you want to be able to feel it a little bit, I would say, or you've trained, but I don't think you necessarily want to be to the point where you feel like you've been hit by a bus and you can't walk. Means you've probably overcooked it somewhere, because the whole point is that you train, you break down tissue, you can repair it, and then you repeat that frequently. If you go in there, you smash yourself and you can't train for 10 days, then you're probably not going anywhere, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think if you're getting a heavy amount of DOMs the next day after your training session, it either indicates to me that you don't train that muscle enough, or you're not recovering optimally. Because again, like if you do a heavy leg session and you can't walk the next day, is that going to be fucking optimal? Chances are you've smashed the shit out of your CNS, and your recovery's down the pan. So again, it comes down to optimal, like, yeah, you want to hit it hard, but you don't want to hit it so fucking hard.
You want to cook the chicken, but you don't want to burn the chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a fine line. It's like one of those things, just because 4 sets works doesn't mean you do 8 sets will be better. It's the law of diminishing returns.
Plus, if you're trying like a new training program or something like that, then you're going to obviously be stimulating and doing exercises that you've never done and stimulating muscles from different angles. So just bear that one in mind as well.
What is the best exercise for bicep and tricep which you take to failure? Whichever exercise you personally find you connect with, and you can probably keep your arm and shoulder most stable with, I would say is probably best in my opinion. Hour of cardio, what burns the most calories? From Natalie Potts. Hour of cardio, what burns the most calories? It depends. My personal preference would be to use something like a cross trainer, because I find that you can put not a lot of stress on the joints with that. A stepper, in terms of in the gym, a stepper would obviously put a lot. That and the cross trainer, in my opinion, are probably the two highest. Or it depends. You could go on a rowing machine and crank yourself out on that, or a spin bike for an hour at full bore. So it depends how hard you work.
Yeah,
really.
to be fair, you're not going to be doing an hour of cardio at like
100 miles an hour.
High intensity.
Yeah, so you can't.
You're either going to be moderate or low intensity. So
It's got to be a stepper or a cross trainer. It's got to be full body.
yeah, stepper or cross trainer.
Why have you got one pec, one bigger than the other? I suffer from this a little bit as well. So you probably have got internal rotation of the shoulder at one side and a weak scapula on one side, which is something I'm also trying to fix. So I would suggest readjusting your training, get a very good PT to take you through some sessions and break down how you're moving through movements. I've done 6 weeks of the 5x5 app routine, but I was thinking to swap to an 8-week shred. I'm looking to shred the dad bod away and gain strength of climbing rather than the size. Will your program suit? Yes, because that's what Shred Nate's designed for, to get you lean. And if you're looking to try and get lean, 5x5 is not really going to be optimal for you, my friend, because that's a strength-based program. But if you have any questions more directly about that, drop me a message. Believe in the beard, 5,000 or 9,000? In regards to what? Don't really understand.
That's mate, it's Jack, isn't it?
Yeah, is high reps and sets best for hitting legs rather than heavy and lower reps?
Heavy weight, lots of reps. Try it.
Good answer. Combination of both. My sets normally are 2 power sets, then hit with a drop or triple dress. That makes sense. 5 builds compound movement, strength in theory. I'm squatting 3 times a week. If you're squatting 3 times a week and you're trying to build strength, that's not necessarily conducive to your goal of getting rid of the dad bod. Paul knows, my man, he's going to be a stellar fucking example. Paul, who we trained with and filmed with, he sent me a photo of his abs. It looks ridiculous. Opinion about deadlift after the Joe Rogan video. I haven't seen the Joe Rogan video on deadlift.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but someone actually sent me a link about it, saying that someone
power
who he had on his podcast was basically saying that deadlift isn't necessarily a great movement to be doing. Again, like, that's a fucking bold statement, bro. Like, whoever was on his podcast, it's a big old bold statement. And there's going to be shit tons of people out there that are going to disagree with you. But again, it comes down to, what is your fucking goal? What are you trying to achieve? Am I trying to pull a fucking 300 kilo deadlift? Is that my goal? If that's my goal, I'm going to fucking deadlift and I'm going to get as strong as fuck, and I don't give a shit if anything's going to go snap. If I'm trying to build an aesthetic looking physique,
deadlift's not the
do
one.
I need deadlifts? Probably not.
I'm sort of an example of that. I actually fucking love deadlifting, and I haven't. That's a slight lie. I haven't deadlifted for like 4 or 5 months. I don't really do it now, other than when I got made to deadlift at the weekend after doing 4 exercises back to back by Milos Sarchev, and it's horrendous.
Deadlift is a great movement, and in general, if I was abandoned on a fucking desert island and I had one exercise to do for the rest of my life, chances are it probably would be a deadlift, because I'm going to get stimulation through pretty much every muscle in my body by doing that movement. But what I think a lot of people get confused in is, what are you doing a deadlift for? Are you doing a deadlift to build a big back? Because chances are, if you're doing that, then you need to optimize that movement pattern to be able to target your lats, target your fucking traps, target like every portion of your back that you're trying to target, rather than just shifting a weight from A to B.
Liv says we need to make a Cocoa Pop pump bikini. I don't know about that. I'm too jacked for that. Have we got any more serious questions? How to naturally increase testosterone levels? The easiest way to do that is probably actually improve your sleep. I did a podcast with Stan Efferding yesterday, who trains Hathor Jonsson, the mountain, and Brian Shaw, 2 of the strongest men in history and in the world. And we cover that in depth in terms of how to optimise strength recovery and sleep. So that'll be coming up in the next week or two, that podcast.
Yeah, increasing testosterone naturally as well, lose body fat,
get leaner,
do
optimise your hormones.
Quite a lot of resistance training.
And get rid of inflammatory foods to get rid of junk. Is keto worth doing for quick weight loss? No, I would have a structured diet. Carb cycling would be more optimal, in my opinion, James. If you have any more questions on that, drop me a message directly. But keto will... I would say as well, I don't know if you'd agree with this, that people who do keto tend to crash diet. They tend to rebound. Do you know what I mean? Like, people go from one extreme to the other. They go keto, don't do any carbs, and then when they go on holiday or whatever, they tend to go a bit nuts.
Here's the thing, right? There is no studies on this fucking planet to suggest that being on a ketogenic diet is more beneficial than being in a calorie deficit whilst eating all macronutrients. Like, the main driver of losing body fat is being in a calorie deficit. Is it easier to do so when you cut out one macronutrient? Fucking yeah, of course it is, because you're not going to have to worry about eating it. But is one thing better than the other? No. Like, anyone that's listening to this now and wants to know more about ketogenic diets, go and watch a dude called Dr. Dominic D'Agostino.
See on Ben Because's podcast as well?
Yeah, he's like the leading fucking scientist in regards to keto, and some of the stuff that he talks about will blow your fucking mind. So, but just bear in mind, again, not practically nobody follows keto. It's not keto.
Let's not talk about keto anymore. I've fucking enough about talking about this. Opinions of companies making BCA drinks or eventually replacing these drinks. It's just a fad. It's just bullshit. There's no point taking a BCA drink for performance enhancing, optimising your results that comes in an energy drink form. Paul, yes, we are up in Carlisle to see Scott, who won last Red 8 programme with a ridiculous transformation. We are going to absolutely fucking nail him tomorrow. Don't swear. Nail him tomorrow to the wall training chest. And we're going to get it on camera. It's going to be brilliant. We trained at the gym earlier. We're going to train at, and it's fucking awesome, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah,
it's old school. And it is the friendliest welcome I think I've ever had at a gym before. So incredible.
Downside, ain't got no soap.
Yeah, that was the only thing. They haven't got any soap in the toilet, so read into that what you will. Well, for fuck's sake. Wearing a sauna suit in the gym, is it good for training and doing CV? No. Insta Jalian, fuck keto, my man. I'm with you. If you
No, don't say that. Who's that? Go again. What's his name?
Insta.Jalian.
No, don't fuck keto. Do you know what? Keto has saved so many fucking lives. It's fucking ridiculous. Like,
from a health point of view, it's good, but
get a fucking better understanding of what keto is. Like, don't just throw it around. It's not a word. Just go and research it.
Do you reckon training abs every day is normal? You don't need to train abs every day. How to know my exact maintenance calories, please? Okay, well, put yourself on, for example, 2,000 calories a day for a week strictly. If you maintain your body weight at that level, then that will be your maintenance. There is your answer.
Or go into a calorie counter thing on Google.
Google BMR calculator, and then add on how much exercise you do a day. We've now been going for 40 minutes. Should we wrap this up? Because
Keep going.
we keep going.
Yeah, we could get some good ones.
How many?
We ain't got nothing else to do.
I've got loads of work to do. Team no sleep. How many? I've got seminars to write kind of fucking ears. How many calories would you recommend if I start with in order to cut off my maintenance? If you know your maintenance calories are 2,400, I would probably add in half an hour's cardio a day, even from a brisk walk, and probably drop your calories 300 and see what happens. What plan to look out when purchasing exercise plans from influencers? What are the bullshit to look out for? I could talk about this all day, to be honest with you. Look for people who practice what they preach, who put time into trying to educate and inform others, and who showcase their life like the both of us, and invest into trying to make themselves better. You'll see a lot of people put out a lot of bullshit on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, prancing around, not really training properly, and fitness isn't really their passion or what they're looking to do or try and help people. If something looks like a gimmick, chances are it probably is. I know you want to have a rant about this.
No. Well, I won't rant about that because I end up calling out people.
Please open. It's an open forum. We've only got 34 people watching. It's fine.
Get in trouble.
There's only 207,000 people who might rewatch it on my account. Main effect of drinking beer once a week while doing Shred 8 program. Could affect your hormonal levels from the alcohols, added calories. It will reduce your, what's the word where you do stuff you wouldn't normally do?
I'm going to say something. If you can't go 8 weeks without a beer, then you're not going to sustain the body that you want for a lifetime. Simple as that.
It's a lifestyle. Moving on. Whiskey over beer. When you upload this to YouTube, you should title it Charlie and Mike's 40-minute keto talk. That's a good shout.
I'm going to do a fucking keto video, but it will be long.
I don't even want to fucking talk about keto anymore. Looking at becoming a PT when I'm older, what's the most important aspect of being a trainer, standing out as a successful personal trainer?
Learn.
Education.
Never stop fucking
And being
learning.
open-minded.
Go and do as many seminars, as many courses as you possibly can. And if you're worried about not, like, a lot of people don't do courses because they're like, oh, it's a lot of money. Oh, I can't afford that. It will pay back fucking twofold with your like education and knowledge. Like
Knowledge is power.
100%. So, and even the shit ones, like you're never gonna know their shit unless you.
Do you know what our shit though? To be honest with you, this is about outspoken. PT courses.
Yeah, 100%.
You won't learn anything. I accidentally fucked up the IG live then. I don't know what the Jeremy Buendia drama is. Do you? Moving on.
Couldn't really give up.
No, neither do I. Are isolation moves like leg extensions effective for muscle building? We actually spoke about this today. They are highly effective for muscle building. You're watching Charlie and Mike and asking about other plans. Just ask them about their plans. Tracy, mad respect. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to call him out. I'm doing a 2-year course of sport at college and hope to do a degree in PT at uni. So I hope can I be frank with you, Ben? If I was you, I'd sack off the degree in PT at uni, just get qualified, get in the gym, get experience, and do loads of other more individual seminars than going down the traditional university route. It'll be cheaper, you'll make more money, get more experience, and get in the field sooner, would be my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some
Well, yes,
degrees
you-
out there to an extent. It's like, what's your end goal? Like, do you want to focus more on the training aspect side of things? Do you want to focus more on the nutritional side of things? Because inevitably, to call yourself a nutritionist, you're going to have a qualification, you're going to have a degree. But any monkey can call themselves a nutritional advisor. So you don't have to have a actual qualification to call yourself that. So when it comes down to like PT in general, like fucking hell, there's loads of questions on there.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to whatever you want. There are some great sports strength and conditioning like degrees and stuff that you can do, but that's going to come with time. Like if you're on a path already, just follow that path that you're on.
Flickster, so since YouTube research, you've basically been retargeted by influencers with programs. I understand why people do it, but I would just put more, before you sign up to a program, if you don't want to work with me or Mike, please do. I would do your research into the actual individual person and what maybe motivates them and what they're about, rather than what they're preaching, what they're trying to sell you. Should we go through some of these questions that come up here? Would you recommend FX Recharge PM Burner? I've never even heard of that. Have you?
No. In regards to fat burners, like, they're fucking wasting money, man.
Yeah, don't buy fat burners. Is it true? No, that's not true. You can only buy absorb 30 grams of protein per sitting. Ice bath are great for recovery in terms of if you've got injuries, in my opinion. When I tore my hamstring, I was doing that every day and it worked very well.
You want heat then ice,
Every hour. Oh, for fuck's sake. Does having sex or masturbating affect our gains? In any way?
That's a great question to ask.
No.
Depends. How many times you masturbate in a day?
If you do that all day long and you don't go to the gym, then it's going to affect your gains, my friend.
Yeah. If you'd rather sit at home and watch Pornhub and fucking have a wank than go to the gym, then chances are you're not going to make no gains.
I think to be fair, I think we've answered these.
If you're just knocking one out on the occasion, crack on.
Have fun. How do you approach teaching? How do you approach teaching or making kids and teenagers aware of exercise? Funny enough, this is something I spoke about on my podcast recently. This is something I feel quite passionate about because I was obese as a child. So it's something that I want to try and come up with a strategy to try and help and educate people. So if anyone has any thought process on how I can get involved with that, let me know. But it's something I'm looking to do. I found you guys are very tempted. Stuff like this helps me, so it's hard to tell when clients' transformations are real. If you go on my Instagram page, I have probably got like hundreds of transformations with people tagged in the actual transformation. If you message any of them, or some of them will be in this live, ask them anything you want, because they'll answer you. Do my programs need to be done in gym or home? They can be done wherever you want. Everything's bespoke to you. So if you can't train in the gym, that is no issue at all. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon because I'm like knackered. I've got loads of stuff to do on. He wants to keep going. Do you want to keep going?
I'm quite interested in the questions.
You can keep going. I need to go to the toilet. I'm leaving you in a recharge. Don't say anything inappropriate.
Fuck me, I don't know what to say. We're like Ant and Dec. Don't know what happens when one of us goes away. Right, what we got here then? Doing core workouts like planks daily, regularly, different workouts, is that okay? Like, in regards to ab training, I think that's it's going to be very individual to yourself. Like, there's going to be two different types of training that you want to do for your abs, and think of your abs as like kind of, your abs are muscle, like they're a muscle in general, but when it comes down to training them, you want to be putting them under resistance as well as you want to be putting them in isometric holds as well. So things like planks are really cool. They're going to build your stability, and they're going to build your more to do with your transverse abdominis, which is the sheath of abdominal wall behind your actual abdominal muscles. So it's great for that. But in regards to training planks all the time, not doing like one thing over and over again is never going to be a good idea. So throw in a little bit of resistance training along with that, maybe some rope crunches, maybe some Swiss ball crunches, some declines. If you're advanced enough to do hanging knee raises, then do some hanging knee raises or decline knee raises. But just be aware that when you're doing anything like a knee raise, that your majority of people do it and they're actually not flexing from their lower abdominal. It's more of their hip flexor. So just be aware that you're actually trying to perform the exercise optimally. Is green tea beneficial to take before or after a workout? No, green tea is not beneficial. It's a waste of fucking time. Unless you like the taste. I mean, if you like the taste, then crack on. I used side bends, Russian twists, and knee raises. Yeah, all are really good exercises, but again, it comes down to like, just do it if you like it. If you enjoy doing it, then do it. But just be sure that if you're doing abdominal training, that you're putting in some sort of resistance in there as well. How do I get rid of lower and side belly fat?
Probably the most common question that gets asked on a daily basis.
Buy an ab trainer from www.buildbyfitness.com. No, I'm joking. You can't spot reduced body fat, unfortunately. It's that simple.
I tried to take it from my abs and put it into my arms, but it didn't work.
Yeah, no, you can't do it. Unfortunately, as an individual, you're going to have certain parts of your body that are going to be stubborn to lose body fat. Like in general, for females, it's going to be like hips, lower body in general, hips around the glutes. If for guys, it's kind of lower back and probably around the abdomen. So just be aware that if you're wanting to lose that stubborn body fat, then you're going to have to do something that you've never done before. So whether that be that you put yourself in a little bit more of a calorie deficit, which in my opinion wouldn't probably be the best port of call, you're probably best off taking a look at your training and seeing if you can increase your intensity levels in your training to burn more calories.
Is EMS enough with your program instead of gym? Electromagnetic stimulation? No. I am not a fan of that in any way or form. Are you?
No.
What is a good calorie
For recovery, maybe.
Yeah, I've got a repair unit from Compex, which is very good.
But not for muscle building, no.
What is a good calorie deficit for losing weight? Depends on the individual. 300 to 500.
Yeah.
But how do you know that's enough of a deficit for you? Any other decent questions? I think you pretty much know. That's it, right? I think we're done.
Okay.
Can I be part of a muscular boy band, or am I not even huge? You can't sing well enough. I start the Shred 8 challenge next month. Is there anything I can do now to prep for it when it starts? Get training. Get ready.
Why are you so boring? Oh man, fucking hell. You hit me where it hurts, man.
Fortunately, I couldn't give a flying fuck what people like you say. Should teenagers focus on cutting or putting on the optimal muscle mass due to having high testosterone? Depends on your body fat percentage, what your goals are and what you look like. Carb cycling, guys, what do we think? I'm a big fan of carb cycling. So I would always recommend that. Basically all my diets are almost carb cycling in essence, because I would always have higher carbohydrates on training days and low or zero carbs on rest days, depending on you and your goals. I'm 16 now and I've been training 4 to 5 days a week for the past year. Any tips on balancing school, work and gym training? Be organised. Would be my suggestion. You?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would probably say focus on school, but...
It depends what your goal is. If you want to be... Focus on being the best version of you and what makes you happy.
100%.
Flickster, Shred 8, everyone start at the same time. If you want to be involved in the competition, then yes. If you need to start earlier, then it can be arranged, but you won't be able to win any prizes, my friend.
Kim Jones, she was just kidding about the boring joke.
Oh, okay, I apologise for being slightly crass and rude then. I can be a dick sometimes. It's been a long day. We had to buy 2 train tickets, don't ask. Cardio before or after workout? After the workout. Is creatine bad for females? No. Why did I start lifting weights? Originally...
Question, man.
That is a very good question.
Fucking good question.
I was unhappy with the way I looked because I was an overweight teenager, is the honest answer. Yourself?
I just wanted to build muscle.
So basically, I was fat and overweight and he was skinny and small. Got a plan to hit body part split high volume to build muscle. Would it not be optimal to hit 2 times per week? If you can structure it to hit 2 times a week and you recover, that works great. There's prizes. I just want to not be embarrassed. Yes, you can win a ton of prizes. So if you click on the Shred 8 program, you can see the prize that we won: £500 cash, loads of supplements, clothing, tons of stuff. Mr. Ramirez, superstar client from the States. Thank you very much. Very, very kind. Jeremy, the CJ coaching coach, my man, he's sunning himself up in northern France. What do I do to relax? Do you know what I actually do to relax? Is training. That's my time to myself every day.
What did you do as a child that made you happy?
Me? Is that a question you're asking me?
Anyone, in general. When you were a child, what brought you happiness, or what brought you in a state of mind that made you feel content?
Do you know what's really bad?
What? Eating.
That's what I was going to say. That's genuinely what I was going to say.
An activity, like...
genuinely was what I was going to say.
A lot of
skiing.
Kids, yeah, a lot of kids are more in touch with their creative side, so that's why a lot of kids draw, a lot of kids practice like musical instruments, go outside and fucking walk and run and stuff like that. So just be more of a kid.
Your test levels are low. I'll be training hard and diet. 94 motivation. If you send me your blood work, I'll have a look and let you know what I think, but there might be some easier solutions depending what else is involved there and what else you do in terms of your environment and what you do for work. Who inspired me to become a trainer? Who inspired you?
You go first, because I need to think about this one.
I wouldn't say any individual at all inspired me, to be honest with you.
I think the majority of people that I looked up to when I first started training were, in my eyes now, a massive disappointment.
Tracy knows about the food thing.
Oh well.
When I say what makes me happy, the first thing came to my mind was food. And it's still, to be honest with you, this is quite bad. Food and training is the two things that make me happy now.
Yeah. Trainers who are inspired, like, probably Steve Cook.
I knew you were going to say that.
I met him once as well. I nearly fainted.
He bowed down at his knees.
No homo.
Which one of you guys is stronger? He's stronger at higher rep ranges, though. I'm heavier than him.
Strength. Like,
I'm heavier than him.
If you're asking the question, who could lift heavier weight in certain exercises?
For less than 6 reps, then I'll win.
Yeah, he'll dominate all day long. But can he?
For 50 reps,
can he out press me on a leg press with the same weight? I don't think so.
We should
do a press off.
I was thinking, when's your birthday? Well, you already had your birthday. On my I'm in Dubai. I was going to say, on my birthday, I was going to do a challenge to see it's my 30th, how many reps I can do with my body weight at my birthday. If I can do more than 30 reps.
You should do the Sally Up challenge on a leg press.
I don't like the sound of this.
It's fucking brutal.
Thanks for entertaining while getting your steps in. Pleasure, Tracy. And we weren't joking about that cereal, by the way.
Yeah.
Mike's going to pester you now. He'll send you our address.
100%.
Best chest exercise, whichever one you can feel the most, to be honest with you, and whichever one you could probably keep your upper body most stable. We are now running at nearly an hour.
It's pretty good though.
It's impressive. What's the best way to lose fat? Do only cardio? No, have weight training. Your weight training always. You might not even have to do cardio. You're 35, young whippersnappers. How old is he?
What's that? I'm 35, young whippersnappers.
Because I said I'm 32.
Oh, okay.
How old are you, Mike?
26.
He's lying.
I'm 35.
Why do they keep inviting?
Who is that?
So to accept it. That's got no name. I think that's pretty much it, really. I need to eat my next meal of yogurt.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I need to eat.
So it's time to get the gains in, and then sleep, and then write about 1 million training programs. Answer all the client messages that I haven't been able to answer in here. Video idea from Paul. I love you, Paul. You always have great ideas. Charlie and Mike, lifting Olympics. Can you pick a weight and do as many reps as you can? Lose has to train in a tutu. What exercise though?
Yeah. I don't know if I like the sound of
deadlift.
this.
I'll have fucking deadlift all day long.
I know. Don't like the sound of this.
If we can do
for reps,
sub 12 reps.
Body weight for reps.
Is it? Did you say body weight? No, it doesn't. You pick a weight.
You pick a weight.
Let's pick a heavy weight.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, you pick each other's. Well, then how? Like, obviously.
Yeah. How's that going to work, Paul? Come on, Paul.
Please explain this further. You're an intelligent chap, Paul. We need some clarification on this situation. Because it might do it for a laugh. Who could? We're about to time out on fucking IG Live.
Yeah.
You can only. We
might as well do it then. We might as well go to the.
You
end
pick
for
each
about
other's.
2 minutes.
Who's your favourite soccer player?
Used to be Thierry Henry.
Cristiano Ronaldo, fanboy. Come on, Paul. Give us some direction with this competition. You've got my bloody nose. Thank you for your time, lads. I'm going to go try and find the TradeNate link. Is there any info on the training split before payment? The training split is, I've just wrote the program yesterday, so I should know this off the top of my head. So it starts with a push-pull leg program for 3 weeks, then it's a body part split, which is 4 or 5 sessions a week, and then it finishes with upper-lower program for the last 2 weeks. It's savage and will fuck you up.
How do you get rid of a double chin? You either grow a
Cut
beard or you do this. And just walk around like that all day.
What sport would you want as a career? The life I have right now. When are you next at King's? Probably end of the week, my friend Ollie is one of my clients. Okay, we have to wrap this up because we're about to time out on IG Live, and I didn't even know that was even possible. So
40 seconds left.
I hope you guys have a wonderful evening for the rest of Tuesday. If you have any questions, drop us a message. If you don't already follow my man Built by Fitness, and obviously I hope you're following me. Bear in mind you're on my Instagram live. Any other questions, drop me a message directly. Have a wonderful evening. Peace out.
Peace.
And also this will go on YouTube. Mike picks an exercise in his weight to lift as many as he can, and you pick a weight That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, send me a voice message, Paul, because
Go to bed, Paul.
that makes no sense. You've had a long day. Goodbye.